There's a high platinum VOD from Age. Eichenwalde again, which is I feel like I've never seen this many Eichenwaldes in one night. I mean, it's only 2, but at least it's not Koth. I hate Koth VODs. McCree Tracer gameplay. Let's go. 15-minute VOD, so it's probably a stomp. Actually, it's definitely a stomp. There's about 100% chance that this VOD is a stomp. So I'm already tilted. Because like you'd think after like the 100th VOD that I've done that people would stop sending in stomps. Maybe it's not a stomp though. Maybe I'm wrong. Someone in chat just said if I don't hit diamond, my mom's kicking me out. So there's a lot on the line for this game. No Zarya defense. No Lucio defense, but they have a Junkrat, so anything is possible. You don't want to send in a stomp. You want to send in like a close game that you lost. Close games where you lose are the best. 26 bucks on cheap Mexican food? Dude, I could go for some cheap Mexican food right now. $26 is a lot of cheap Mexican food though, for sure. Okay, missed flashbang on the Tracer. That's a problem. Like, that was gifted to you. That Tracer didn't even blink away. That's the first mistake, I guess. You can't miss that headshot if you're going to hit that flashbang. That's the first problem there. Kind of getting away with murder here. You should be dead. Tracer should have been dead. That's the 3rd time the Tracer should have been dead. But you should also be dead. So the fact that you don't kill the Tracer... Alright, you finally killed the Tracer. You're getting, like, gifted this fight. This is crazy. This is another one of those games where everything just doesn't make sense. Like, the fact that you're alive doesn't make sense. The fact that you're still alive doesn't make sense. Alright, you're finally dead. But you can't miss those flashbangs on the Tracer. Everything else that happened after the first 3 flashbangs is irrelevant. So yeah, work on your flashbang headshot combos. I mean, I don't want to say it's aim, but you have to hit the flashbang combos. And you should have died at least 3 times in that push, and you didn't. So kudos to that. This is decent positioning. It's not the best angle for high noon. That was good aim though. Like those were good shots. But definitely don't panic. Like you have so much time. See, like that's why it's not good positioning. First of all, you're not with your Reinhardt. Like you're not spamming anything right now. You're just hitting like the 30 damage long range pistol shots. Like being on the left side roof is much better because you're not even in a position. Like now your whole team is shifting over to help you, but that was a beef. That was so weird that you canceled that charge. It looked like he had bubble on him. But you see, if you had high noon from behind before, you would have been so much better off. And then right there, I don't know why. I mean, you should know that you don't have flashbang. You should just roll away. Noon wasn't high enough, but that's because you were on that left side ledge. If you had hit that last shot or any of those shots more, you would have gotten that kill on the guy, on the Reaper. Your team's just getting shit stomped. Like, it's hard to even make anything out of this. Like, what could I have told you that would have made your team not get shit stomped? Like, the high noon was bad. You missed the flashbangs. That's why you lost the first point. The second point you lost because you missed the high noon. Third point, you're going up here to, like, hide, but you're playing McCree. Like, why are you already up here? Like, your teammate, you need to help your teammates hold the door. You're, like, super far behind for no reason. Like, you're not playing Widowmaker. Like, if you're playing Widowmaker, this would be good positioning. If you're playing Ana, this would be good positioning, but you're playing McCree, and you're, like, baiting your entire team and doing 30 damage shots. Like, even best case scenario here is you hit a high noon, but unless they're actually bots, you're not going to hit the high noon from up there. Like, your teammates are actually just getting slammed right now because you're not helping them. Like, okay. You could have just flashbanged the Reinhardt and killed him right there. 100%. I mean, real talk, first point, you probably lost because you missed all those flashbangs on the Tracer. Second point, you definitely lost because you didn't high noon from the left side. You high noon from the right and hit 0 people with a nano boosted high noon, which like needs to get kills. And then third point, you played McCree like Widowmaker, and then your teammates had no damage in the front lines, so the third point didn't work either. At least we're learning things. Or at least there's obviously mistakes here. I think if it's right now, you buy a 1070 no matter what. Like I don't know why you wouldn't. If you're gonna buy a new computer right now, I think you just get a 1070 just to get a 1070. Like you're gonna eventually want one anyway, right? It's kind of crazy how big the difference is from high masters or high platinum to low platinum. Like that last game was definitely low platinum if this is high platinum. It's like players on this team are like dodging high noon on the enemy team and stuff and like in their ults and shit. I think if you're gonna buy a new computer right now though, you buy an i7 and a 1070. Like I don't know why you would budget at this point. Like saving $50 on a PC part that costs $600 isn't like, or $300 isn't good. Or it's not worth it. So you walked into spam there. Now your teammates are just down a player, and this first push is already a loss. Like now you just slow down any chance that your teammates had of winning this first push. And you're the only person that should be getting damage boosted, so if the Mercy's not on you, you're kind of wasting potential, I guess. i7 is really good if you're streaming. i5, you should definitely get i7 if you're streaming. If you're not streaming, then you probably only need an i5. Like you're hitting shots right now, but you're not killing anything. And like if you're not killing anything, you're just feeding the support salts on the enemy team. Like you guys should be trying to go for a death push where you get a fat res after a kill, but like what's that flashbang? You can flashbang the Reinhardt shield if you want, but you're not actually doing anything right now. You're just feeding the enemy support salts. And your teammates are actually just sitting in choke and you guys have res. Like this is where you gotta ask yourself, like, are you guys waiting for an invitation? Because nothing's gonna happen if you guys don't make it happen. And now your Mercy reses, but you guys are literally in your own spawn. So you're just gonna get killed again. Nothing you do is gonna change the outcome of this fight. I don't think he needs to fan the hammer. I mean, he needs to hit headshots, but like now you go Tracer, but you should have gone Tracer immediately anyway, because like you need to just get past the Symmetra. Your aim's actually pretty good, at least on the Tracer there. Like that was good Tracer aim. But now you have to find the teleporter. I have to assume the teleporter's up. I'm assuming you can hear it. Maybe not. You're like blink, like you can blink into the Reinhardt shield and kill him there, but that's just a tracer thing that you'll pick up eventually. That's a good pulse bomb. It's like panicky. It almost didn't work. You're like burning your blinks for no reason there. You should have just gotten the health pack already. I mean, you should have died there, but you didn't die again. You're like a cat, dude. Like number of times that you should have died and then didn't is like way too damn high in my opinion. Yes, I mean, he needs to like I know he needs to blink and then do 180 degrees. Like, there's no point in walking up to a Reinhardt and then blinking all the way through the Reinhardt because it doesn't help anybody. I mean, it just makes it harder for you to shoot. I mean, you're dodging with the cooldown. Your cooldown usage is actually not that bad, but the directions that you're blinking in and like when you're blinking is pretty. I don't know why. I'm trying to like find sense in it, I guess. But real talk, you should have just switched to Tracer way earlier. Because Tracer was definitely the pick over McCree there. Just kill the Reinhardt there, I think. Generally speaking, you should try to like shoot the Mercy a few times so she uses her shift and then go in for the kill after her shift is down. Yeah, you're like blinking, and I feel like you're not sure where you're gonna wind up. What's crazy actually is how much better your Tracer is than your McCree was. I don't think Fan the Hammer versus Reinhardt shields. I mean, there's no point, right? Like, you might need Fan the Hammer. It's like just keep shooting your left clicks because they do more damage individually. And like whittling down the shield with the left click is arguably better than whittling down the shield. What the fuck was that? That looked like so aimbody to me for a second. That or his strafe just happened to like line with the. That was an unnecessary pulse bomb, but it's not roll, I guess. What the fuck? I mean, you did your job there. You guys don't have a Zarya. You also don't really have a Reaper. And your Mercy didn't use Res. So, I mean, this is one of those games where it's probably because you had a Mercy. I don't feel like his clip management's bad, and I don't feel like his ults are bad. Or I don't feel like his rewinds are bad, rather. I think his ults are the problem. The fact that his team comp sucks. And the fact that his McCree defense is really bad. Like, you should just play Tracer on defense if it's this much better than your McCree, because every time that you play McCree and you're like not on your best hero or something, it just makes the game harder. I don't know though, like that last push was good, but your Mercy didn't use res, so like even if you get 2 or 3 kills, if you don't get 6, then you don't win the game. So it's kind of life, man.